Hey there. I really do like that intro. What's up, Skull? It's his eyes on. What are you guys doing? Hmm. What are we talking? We're talking about a man-made, artificial, like artificial made weather or other events, uh, programming, manipulation, programming, propaganda, these kinds of things. What's up, Declan Hopcraft? How you been? Is that what it is? Is it Harvest Moon? A couple days early, right? And then Harvest Moon like in like 3 days. I don't know which one it is. Is Silver Moon? Yeah, who knows? I don't know what it is. Anyways, yeah, we'll get into that and just general sense of I don't know. I'm in and out of just feeling like I think I'm gonna just take up a new hobby, like drugs or something. Yeah, something. Just why not? Something to do. Uh, do people take do people pick up drugs as a hobby? Because they're bored. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. See what happens. I guess your boy took up McDonald's for a month just to see what would happen. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do all like, hey, I don't really do drugs, but I mean, let me do a bunch of drugs and do a documentary on it and see what happens. I don't know. That little space in your brain where a little unmotivated, a little apathetic, a little bit the whole thing. Just I'm a little bored with general interaction with society. You know. I need some excitement, man. And maybe that's why I was kind of all for talking about zombies and apocalypse. That'll bring some excitement. Bring a little, little get a little fire up your under your ass. Some gumption to do something. What up, Colin? Yes, yeah. Oh, thank you. Hey, thank you for the drinks, man. Thank you for the ducats. I will use that whenever I go out to the store. I didn't get lunch. I got sucked into an internet black hole. Well, I mean, it kind of helped because I needed some foundation. I needed something to talk about. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, what's on the collective consciousness today? What are people talking about? Are you out camping? Wicked, wicked. I've been thinking about that. I wish I had more like friends that would go do that. I have lots of acquaintances, but nobody I'd really be down to go camping. You know what I mean? It's dedication. It's a whole thing. And most people I know have at least somewhat of a normal life. It was like, hey, let's go camping. It would take some shit. I'd have to go get camping stuff. So I would though. If I had some I was actually thinking about that the other day. I'll just if I could rent this place out for a little bit, just go fucking stick around. I don't know. Although like right now is gonna be the perfect season with the temperatures in a second dropping here, and it'll be lots more fun stuff goes on this next month. Lots of parties and things. And anyways, yeah. Oh, weather events. I don't know if you've seen the picture on the front of this thing. It was like Hurricane Danielle going that way, and one other going, and it looked like the two were. That doesn't look good. I'm not a professional with this stuff, and I don't know how things work. But it did seem as though that's not a normal thing that you see, right? They're normally going like up and that way, or at least into the Gulf or whatever. What's that thing doing going this way? I don't think that's normal. And it looks like if they run into each other, wouldn't that just make it bigger, like some sort of tsunami bullshit? And which way would it go? Would it come into the States or would it continue on the other way? I don't know. Might be. Doesn't look good to me. A little Zen. The Pharaoh shuffle. Um, Colin. Oh yeah, yeah. I just dick around doing stupid shovels. I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about this one, right? Where you put these together, and yeah, I know I've been watching who for my money I think is maybe the best on the planet now or maybe ever. Jason Ladany. Is his name Jason Ladany? I think so. Yeah, yeah. He's by far I think the best card mechanic on the planet. Crazy, crazy. And he does the Pharaoh shovel often. I couldn't do it with these. These ones are so banged up. And I don't even really I just dick around with it. I just shuffle and see if I get lucky and pull a proper card out, you know what I mean? Like a king. Oh, you on your own doing it? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not versed in camping by myself. You know what I mean? Like the first couple days would be kind of lame. I mean, I like being out by myself, but I want to be near something. And I would have to watch some videos on it, and I'd have to go camping with someone, to learn little tricks and whatever. And for me, I think camping is sort of like eating out. I mean, eating in general. No, I don't. Okay, let me take that back. Eating out, going somewhere, I'm happy to eat anywhere by myself. I don't give a shit. In fact, I like eating by myself because then I'm going to deal with anybody else's bullshit. But if I'm eating at my house, and I'm cooking, I don't want to cook for myself. I like cooking for other people because it's the experience. You want to have an experience with someone. So, interestingly, I like to go drink by myself. I don't like, and I like to eat out by myself, but only because if I'm drinking by myself, I'll end up meeting people anyways. But if I'm cooking at my house, it's about that like companionship. So much in the same way, I definitely would prefer camping and having that. And I do enough of the solo dolo self work, isolating and just chilling by myself. You're your own company. What up, Dave? 108 miles, master number. You got your mile beads, one for each mile. Yeah, I can see how that'd be cool. I mean, I've done treks through cities that are, you know, 15 miles in a day. Wow, my deck is in terrible shape. Yeah, and this is just somebody got me a really nice deck, and it got wet. This is an old deck that basically I just throw in my bag and just shuffle, dick around with. I throw cards at people if I'm out in public. I don't know. And okay, you're saying you don't think you're not sure he's the best. I don't know, man. I've been watching a lot of dudes with cards, and I don't know that what I've been watching him a lot lately, and there's stuff he's doing that I'm like, I'm not sure, dude. I've seen some cool tricks that I know the people that are doing some of this other stuff, and I know there's some sort of trick to it. There's something that's going on there. With him, he knows where everything is at any point in time. I don't know. I mean, if you know of somebody that's even on board on same level as him, let me know who it is. The Harlem Shuffle. Divine, do I still eat meat? Yeah, I told you I probably did. I don't remember how many years I did fully vegetarian. I did 8 years fully vegetarian, and then I just stopped doing it. I mean, obviously, I'm still eating fruits and vegetables, but I don't, I no longer restrict my diet. and I find it works out a lot better. I don't find any ethical or moral boundaries for it. I mean, I hate the idea, obviously, uh, of factory farming and all that. So I do my best to stay away from any of that. Um, but yeah, I don't really have health reasons. I don't. There's nothing diminishing in my health because of it. There's nothing, and in most ways, it's actually improved my life. It's less of a dilemma to deal with humans and to be in public. Just Frank, yeah, eating out with the party lady. Is David Blaine legit? Oh yeah, David Blaine's legit. I mean, as far as I can tell, I mean, he's doing something, man. He's pretty nice with it. Do I really think the body can use corpses energy? Yeah, go go look at any animal that's basically a carnivore. What do you think they're doing? What do you think blackbirds or vultures do? Yeah, they're transmuting energy, transmuting something. Oh, Chris Angel. Ugh, can't even stand watching that guy. Our digestive systems are not the same as carnivores. Oh, I mean, bro, I don't feel like having this conversation again. I've been on here making videos for almost 6 years. I had this conversation too many times, and having been done studied nutrition as deep or as far as anybody in this whole game. I'm pretty certain I know what I'm talking about with this stuff. Yes, I get it. We don't have the same digestive systems, but we do have acid in our stomachs. We can break down meat. We do have two incisors. We can rip meat apart. We're for what I can tell, we're omnivores. You know, and I've gone through this so many times. The best diet is local and seasonal, and your best diet would be fruits, as long as you lived in a tropical climate. If you don't live in a tropical climate, you're not going to be eating fruits. You're not going to be eating much vegetation either, and your diet will consist of fish, animals, animal products. Yeah. Uh, they aren't carnivores. They are blood. Well, but they eat everything there, don't they? They're eating the shit. They're eating the meat. I don't know. Okay, Andrew Tate. Is that like, are you trying to insult me? Are you, are you here to cause me a dilemma and trouble and be a fucking dick and insult me and call me Andrew Tate because you're trying to? I thought I knew you better than this. You don't seem to be coming with too much divinity trying to insult me with that. Celine Dion. Ah, what is this? What up, Love Katesh? Best diet? No, that's not. I've already discussed it. I don't feel like it anymore. And also, I don't know the whole thing with that. I don't watch too much of the media coverage. I've said my piece on what I've noticed of the dude, and coming from doing as much reality TV as he has done, it's pretty obvious why he does what he does. Yeah, I don't know that well. Like some of the stuff he says is really highly intelligent. This is what I'll give you, and but it's way too faux quasi alpha male everything, and he says some really ridiculous retarded things. But I think he says a lot of the things he says for clicks, and I think he already knows why and what he's doing. I wouldn't know if he's agreeing with 100% what he says, but whatever. Why does he hate barbecue sauce? I don't know, does he? Uh, yeah, yeah. Oh, he's definitely a gatekeeper. I mean, how long's he been? How long's he been into the real secret to a beard? I don't know. I assume somewhat predisposition genetically to grow a beard. Is letting it go. Maybe having a good mindset. Maybe diet. There's probably things you could do to make it grow better. I know people that use those. Well, I don't know them personally, but I've seen enough people online that big up the whole the pokey sticky things that you can kind of someone's balding or has one's facial hair. Like you see the before and afters in the Amazon reviews, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, this shit helps. It works." The little pokey things. What up, Yatiku? But yeah, love guitar. She's definitely. I mean, definitely. Once you're at a certain point, you're part of some sort of some sort of group. There's not too many people that have to get that far. I mean, he's been in show business. He's been in kung fu, MMA, whatever the hell he was doing. He was already good. He's already whatever he was. He just everything was cocaine and alpha male. You know? What up, Taro? What you doing? What up, Taro? Just Frank. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I've seen some funny videos of like it was like kind of jokey videos of like how alpha male he does a show, and then it was like him just walking around in public dressed normal, and he walked with quite a swiggity swagger that was uh I would say a little less than straight, a little less than he's only kissing chicks. You know what I mean? Whatever. But Air Supply, I remember that. Aliens are real, sure, because I think outside of whatever our realm is, if this is our realm here, and we're right there, there's a little plot there, and maybe some sort of dome or some shit over it. I don't know. If over here, there's other land masses that people could be. I mean, it's like if you lived in, use the basic concept. You lived in living in an island. If you lived in Hawaii, your perception of the rest of the world, oh, there's just water out there. You would need a boat. You have to travel. You need a plane. You need to. If you were just there, you wouldn't. That's your reality. If you lived in the middle of the country in the United States or any other country for that matter, or your perception would be, okay, that's just land until wherever. I don't know what's out there. You wouldn't have much of a clue. So our reality is as far as we've maybe traveled, and then we can add to that. You know what the because we have the internet, and we have people that we know get on planes. I've been on a plane and I've traveled, and I've driven to places knowing where I went and got on a plane and went there as well. So I have a perception of, okay, that's over there, and I know that to be true. And somebody comes from over there to where I am and goes, hey, there's also a place just that way, and it's called England. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I trust that to be true because I've been to Italy. I know there was a big thing of water there, and so we have that. We have that going for us, that we can kind of at least know there's something outside of our landmass, even if you've never been there. And the second part of trafficking things, I don't know any of, like, that goes back to the things we were talking about earlier. I don't know any of that to be untrue, true, or otherwise. I just the same thing as oh, so and so I know eats babies. Well, you're getting the same information from the people that are telling you that could be truth, could be lies, it could be just fear mongering, it could be. I'm not saying it isn't happening, but so many things that we've gotten through our history here, what we can be sure of is The Civil War wasn't what they said. The world wars were not what they said. The war that's apparently happening right now is not for the reason or what's going on there. You don't really have a keen eye on that. Everything we're seeing in the news media, we time and time again we're presented with it's all false flag and crisis actors. How far we want to go back? The Civil War is pretty much busted wide open by anybody that's doing any alternative research into what was going on and studying the pictures and the whole narrative. Narrative's false, at least about what it was about and who and how many people were fighting. I mean, we're just reading books. You can do that with just about any of the major things that are in our propaganda manuals, no matter where you live. Whatever you think about certain major events, name one. Anything. Oh, don't talk about that other word. You know, where 6 million people supposedly died, and question that narrative. Can't do that. You know, there's. I just say like most of that to me is like it's interesting. We definitely know there's stuff underground. Is that what it's used for? Is there evil things going on? Yeah, but I think I don't know that to the extent that we're presented with it. I think it's just more. But there's a lot more fear mongering in the world than there is actual boogeymen. A lot of junk has been in this trunk. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, land masses I think is out there. Just difficult to access when everything you do that's going to be going in the air is already going to be tracked and whatever. Anyways, you're not going to be getting out of those spaces unless you're connected. If you're connected to those types of things, then you're not going to reveal it. So it's pretty simply done. Just Frank, you're killing me. Yeah, and as far as reptilians or aliens, when I say there's aliens or reptiles, I don't know. Could be. We have reptiles on this planet already. They're just small. We have animals that can shape shift. We have ones that change colors. We accept it. Why couldn't there be larger ones? Why couldn't there be hybridization? You've seen a duck-billed platypus. What a weird shit that is. We can cross a donkey and a horse and get a mule, right? I mean, there's all sorts of things we're doing. We're getting these weird hybridizations. Who's to say? And when you say aliens, I don't necessarily mean they're like little green guys or gray guys. It could be. They could look just like you, though, just in a different realm. What are you saying? That perception could be potentially pretty low, though. I don't know what you're talking about. Which perception? Well, I mean, yeah, Katash, I hear you on that. Alien disclosure is about a one world religion, which is devoid of truth. I mean, we've already been on that path we've already devoided truth by injecting Christianity, the Quran, scientism. I mean, we go on and on with all the religions already that are injecting false narrative. We can go on and on with the scientific, scientism claims that are all false truths. But yeah, in the sense of, okay, well, we have aliens now. We have to come together as a species, and we got to be quite often scared of the aliens. Could be. I don't see why not. Why wouldn't they wouldn't attempt that? But on the positive side, at least people would be less. Didn't they do that with a movie with your boy Will Smith just a couple years back, where he was like, um, became a police. He became like a police partner with an alien guy, and I forget what's the name of it. It's called. If anybody remembers the name of it, put it in there. Will Smith alien movie that just. I mean, he was in that last Alien one, Men in Black. What was the new one? He became a partner with one of them. What was the name of it? Bright, that one. I didn't see the whole thing, but I don't see why if those people, if we seen them, we'd be like, well, what the fuck are them? They kind of give me the idea of like, oh, aliens. The alien thing, the zombie thing could be a soft disclosure for reality. Yeah, divine intuition about which one? What are you saying? Intuition about what? I mean, it's always funny when there's more than one intuitive person and they have different intuitions. Somebody's got to be wrong. I don't know which one you're talking about though. Uh, the Cadbury most sugary snacks put aborted fetuses in food. This is I don't know how to take any of that. It seems so bizarre. Could be the truth. Could be. But why exactly and how? Where is it coming from? Like how many babies are being aborted? There's that many that can go into all of the companies all over the world that make lots of candy every day. There's that many dead babies or aborted fetuses. I mean, okay. I mean, it's stupid and weird and strange. I mean, there must be something, a reason why they're doing it. If so, but it does not necessarily mean that I believe it. And I eat candy all the time. What is that? What am I? Some evil person now? Do I desire to go stab a baby and drink its blood? No. Would I support it if I know certainly that's what's happening? No. Salt has always been the realist of the problems. Uh, all oil consumption is toxic. No, I think that's stupid. I think it's the way that you come about getting the oil. Just like butter is good, cold pressed seeds, nuts, olive oil. I don't see the problem. A lot of people like they're all about getting fats and oils from animals and believe it's a lot healthier. A lot of studies even support these things. Some studies that are produced tell you that vegetable oils are terrible, but as long as we observe, what are we talking about? Are you talking about machine pressed under a high heat with chemicals and all this? Then yeah, probably not so good, and they're going to get toxic and rancid. Um, yeah, but I think cold pressed oils it has been happening as long as we can see. You can see how they're made. Go, I don't see the problem with them. Yeah, it's salt and everything. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Declan, pigs used to be humans. Yeah, I watched that. I watched that. Who did that? Was that Conspiracies Are Us, or was that the other guy? What was his name? I think it was Conspiracies Are Us, or Mind Unveiled. Either one. They both have good channels. Highly suggest both of them. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of references in movies and books that point to that. You want to be the pope of a new religion? That's pretty easy to do. Didn't uh didn't Robert Anton Wilson already give out the passes? You are the pope, man. You're the pope. Of course you are. Who's going to tell you you're not? You have as much right to be a pope as anybody else. Who the fuck cares about that guy? Who told him he's the pope? People agreed on it. You could put a stupid hat on, get a sword or whatever the hell he's got there, walk around with a robe on, do all that shit. Who's going to tell you you're not? You're as validated as he is. Yeah, the Hell Realm. Love, if you don't know the video that we're talking about, I'm suppose he's talking about it too. Yeah, go find uh, 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 yeah, Mind on Val, the conspiracies are us. He didn't want him pigs being human, and a connection to that kind of thing. Oh yeah, speaking of donations, anybody wants to Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, it's very helpful to me. Appreciate it. And also thumbs up are good too. Bacon. Yeah, I mean, if I was certain of bacon being absolutely ruthless to the human condition and being human, and I mean, It's the same thing as if I knew for certain there was something that was absolutely detrimental to my health, mentally and physically, from aborted fetuses in my candy. I would stop eating it. Yeah, but it's not like I wake up every morning. I'm like, I must have bacon. Those people are like, oh, bacon on everything. Ah. Shut the fuck up. You're stupid as fucking vegans. Vegans and bacon eaters are the same pathetic people. Yeah, okay. Why don't they make a sequel to Howling Seven? I don't know what that means. Animal fats make brains bigger. I don't know anything about that. Hash oil is good. Weed oil is good. Yeah, see, there's some plant oils that are good for you. Oh, it was mine unveiled. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, don't. I'm wearing a hat myself. I'm the beaver farmer or some shit. I don't know which one this is. Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is Mr. Wilfred the Snowpiercer. Is that I didn't is that really it? Like is that what's the connection, Declan? Or are you just making an assertion, or is that really was that supposed to be that way? Oh, are we doing the Megan rhymes with vegan thing? Megan, vegan, vegan, Megan, vegan. Uh. Okay, I didn't. Yeah, yeah, Yadaku. I didn't know those ones. Speaking of fucking 1980s films, what about Gremlins? What's that? What's Gremlins telling us about our society? Or ET? And what kind of, when do these disclosures of certain alien or these other species, when did that really start? And it obviously started in movies. It's not, in one sense you could be like, oh, we're just mentally manifesting this stuff. But then the other part of your reality is, no, I mean, you got, there's some shit out there, some things that are going on. Can't just dismiss everything as some airy fairy. Yes, it's just a magical world, and we create it as we go. Yeah, to a degree. We have enough um, brain power and mental influence to make all sorts of cool things happen. And if we all came together, we could probably make an even better world, and some of the weird shit wouldn't happen. Yes, 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 yes. But I think there are, yeah. I don't think we've gotten all these stories from the past and for other realms and things like that because I don't think we just got them out of some fanciful fantasy. I think we got them out of an actual reality, at least on some timeline. This realm. I don't know who that was, Colin. If you remember right, the alien disclosure crap was staged a bit earlier than the 80s. Yeah, but yeah, okay, so sci-fi film. How much of sci-fi though are we, you know, what part of the alien and outside of this realm thing is real? I mean, the fact to me, it always goes back to the fact that there are animals on this realm, which we'll call animals because we don't understand their language. They don't have written languages. We think of them as a different thing altogether. We just go, oh, animals. But there are some animals that are so interesting, so strange, so weird to look at. You go, what the fuck is that? And yet they have societal structures, they have communication, they have things that they're doing. Well, how can we not bring our brains to the like? Okay, you laugh at the idea that there's such a thing as a unicorn, yet you accept fully that there's a fucking giraffe. There's a horse with a 20-foot neck that eats the top of trees and tiny little ears. And like, what the fuck is that thing? You accept that all day. You accept that there's a duck-billed platypus and all these crazy creatures. But you look at a horse that all he has is a fucking horn sticking out of his head. You accept that there's a deer that has all sorts of antlers, a rhinoceros, but you can't accept a unicorn? See how our brains are all fucked up. So, so if we have all these other things, why couldn't we possibly have something into this realm, whether underground or in the ocean or just outside of our whatever borders? You can't go past the ice wall. What if it's not even an ice wall? What if it's just that's as far as there's no dome or anything? It's just what if we just could keep going that way? It's open. And there's just more land, and there's another sun there. There's nothing to stop that from happening. And the people there are maybe way different looking than you or me. And so then those movies like Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever, they become a little more like, well, maybe that's they're taking that off of like real deal, some other beings we met, and they learn to communicate. Yeah. I mean, some of it seems absolutely like that's weird, crazy. That doesn't exist. That's just a movie. But always whenever I prop it up against like, have you ever just looked at nature? Have you ever looked at some of this shit? It's quite alien. It's quite foreign to our comprehension. You see it on the TV. It's as fake. If you see all these animals on TV, it's just as fake to you as a movie. But you could go out there and see it and go, holy shit, it is real. And you go, well, maybe the movie's real too. You had a dream that you saw the bigger Earth. I mean, in reality, that we could be on a giant spaceship or inside of a submarine or on top of it, or the Earth could be a different shape. Doesn't necessarily have to be flat, but it'd have to be way, way, way bigger to even, you know. And we'd have to learn um, some different maths. There might be, but as far as we can tell, at least in our bubble, it seems like we're inside of a bubble or something. Things work a certain way in here. You think most of the part we don't see is real, but much of the part we hear about is made by actors? Yeah, I think some of it. I think a lot of it though is mimicry. Some things might be taken out of people's dreams, astral realm, some weird shit. But that doesn't mean that shit doesn't exist. They say no, there's nothing new under the sun. I think there's more of a probability those things do exist somewhere at some period, like physically did exist, and it's in our collective conscious or subconscious. It's in someone's like if you live let's just say let's take your family history. your genealogy, your tree back a few thousand years. You just start going backwards. Your mother, your father, blah blah blah. Go through that. Keep going. That information is going into you, and you can access that. Maybe you. That's where we're getting these ideas from of different species. You know, the different beings appeared as clouds. Maybe they were. Maybe they're flying things that look like just a different reality, different, longer in our past of our history. Elephant shark. Yeah, that's never seen it, but that sounds crazy. Trailblazer, the communicative for survival, not expansion. Huh? Yeah, I guess. So, some of the survive, some of it's beyond that. Some of it's their communication is they express emotions. Animals cry. Animals uh often whenever their child, they mourn. They have they have they have a much higher level of language, not just for survival. It's there's other things that go into it. It's not so basic. I mean, expansion. The dilemma for expansion would be what do they need to expand? They don't have opposable thumbs. They're not going to make any tools. Although crows have learned to create tools, and they seem to be communicating with each other how to make more tools. They're pretty smart. They're wild. These other animals are not really building houses. What are they going to expand to? They're not putting clothes on. But yeah, it's a little more than just for survival. Yeah, the creature called an actor is far more to be wary about than a creature called an alien. I would suppose so. Here's maybe why not. Uh, at least an actor's probably lying. Low level actors, they might say things to get what they want and become somewhat sociopathic, narcissistic, desiring, getting they'll lie for things. So in that way, yes. But an alien, shit, you don't know the fear that's going through them. You don't know what their if you go to a swamp, an alligator's gonna be very foreign to you. Are you more scared of that alligator, or are you more scared of an actor? You know what I mean? So in that sense, no, not really. But I get what you're saying. Hey, Just Frank, I hear you on the okay. My assumption has always been this: the realm is flat. We don't know how far it goes. We're in the part that we're in is basically like a crater or some sort of. That's why the ice walls are on it. We're sitting inside of there. Water is flat. Land goes like this, but it's flat, and we're inside of something, and there's probably a something around us, keeping us within that. There's probably water around us. We could be in a tube, could be in, and the things underneath us, those are tubes too that could take us to other realms. And in there, I don't doubt the underground things have other. I mean, if you're in a high rise and you're on the 50th floor, there's 49 floors beneath you, right? We're on the 50th floor. There could be 10 floors above us. We don't know this shit. We don't know what's outside of this. We don't know. We can figure out what's beneath us because we can go to some of these places. But how far down does it go? And if we go down far enough, could there be another? Could that be the roof of something? And then we go down 10 floors, and then there's 20 floors that are empty. And so it's basically just another one of what we think we're in, just stacked. And one's over there, one's over there. We don't know these things, but it does seem like there is something beneath us. At least a few levels. Afro Man, yeah, cartoons, anime, movies, genetics, anatomy, yeah. Interesting. Yadaku. Yeah, I mean, I think we can do that. Um, but just how much you want to live in that reality and how much we go, okay, this is it. Yeah. I think that's something to do with dying to a new reality. Just from the sense that you can when you can go into different realities outside of body or astrally travel or and then you're in a physical reality, something like this, you can't just be like, that doesn't exist. While you're there, you're like, this is exactly the same as the earth thing I'm on. I know that I'm in that bed right there. I know I'm taking a nap on this couch. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, wake up, and I go, huh, what is this? Holy shit. And I can do everything I can do here. Okay, so am I dreaming this one? It's just a solid. There's nothing different going on there. So I don't suppose I couldn't just be like, fuck it, I'm done with this one here. See you guys later. Peace. See you later, dog. And just go hang out and live in that one. I think plenty of people do that. My assumption is some of these people know that and they do it on purpose. They just like, see you later. It was fun here. Hope you guys got everything you could. I'll see you around. And literally just like somebody that goes, hey, I'm gonna move to Atlanta or wherever. See you in a couple of years. Enjoy. And then you move to Atlanta and you see them. Yeah, I think we do that on a timeline or in realms too. And then it's just like in Altered Carbon. People put new suits on, new skin suits, but you know the consciousness, you know the person in there. That I I don't doubt that's happening. I could go to a different realm. If I did, the other realms I've been in, I look like this. I think I like the way I look. Maybe that's it. I like this. I like this body, so I mimic it in a different realm. And how do I know that? Because I've looked in mirrors. Try it when you get out of body. I mean, there's sometimes I've been on a body where it was not this. Not I was. There was times that I was definitely inhibiting somebody else's body because I didn't really have control over the body. I was just looking through their eyes. I looked into a mirror. I was like, well, that's not me, but it was me inside of it, right? Strange stuff. And sometimes I'm in these dreams where like I know where I am. When I'm in the dream, I'm 100% sure that I know the house that I'm in. I know the space. I know the architecture. I know the floor. I know it. And while I'm in it, I'm just going, shit. I know I'm back at my house in here, and I know that. But this place is so I know this. And then I get up and I can remember some of the things. I'm like, how come I can't remember that now? Elephant shark. I'm gonna have to look that up, man. Yeah, ravens. Yeah, blackbirds. I mean, the ravens and the death big and the crows and yeah, yeah. Uh, a map describing I think that whenever we see the Vonich manuscript, my belief of what that is that he was just getting out of body, astrally traveling and going to a different realm, and he was aware enough and could visualize enough and had enough of his brain about him to wake up and maintain his awareness in that realm, review his dream, the other realm, the other thing, and then wrote down the things he would see and the names that he would know, and then just go back into a meditation, get in that realm, and explore. And then for him, getting up was equivalent to you going out into the forest and going, here's a bird. I don't know how to describe it. Let me draw it. Or here, then you meet somebody and go, okay, what's that thing's name? And here's what to name it. Here's a weird flower that I never seen. Okay. And so he just got up and wrote that. And they go, where's all this shit come from? Here's a language. It's not a language we know. It was the language they knew. It's like, it'd be as simple as saying, like, what, have you never seen Hebrew before and you start to try to read it, you go, what the hell is this? That's what I think it is. Yeah, I mean, obviously there can't be a ground floor necessarily, because the question then becomes, well, what is the ground floor sitting at? Just like if there's a dome or a roof, the only reason you have a dome or a roof is because there's something outside of it. So what's above this roof? Clearly there's something above the roof. There's a bird right there. There's a cloud right there. So to enclose something, that means it's enclosing it from what's outside of it. So whatever's outside of it, you just don't know. It's like whenever people say there's no outer space, like, yes, there fucking is. It doesn't, once you, just because you think of the earth as being stationary and flat does not pigeonhole you into all the other beliefs that those people have. I certainly know there's an outer space. I don't think there's an outer space. Like, I know that there's an outer space in the sense that I know that the realm is flat. How do I know that? Because I can obviously see that water is level, and everything to me in my reality will tell me that. My senses tell me that. The sun and the moon and the reality, like, so I'm like, okay, if they're wrong about everything, it's more and more supported. I'm 99% sure of that. So, and I'm 99% sure there's an outer space. You have inner space and outer space. It's pretty fucking simple. If there's inside of my body, then there's what's outside of my body. There's what's inside of the box. There's what's outside of the box. If you go down, hey, if you go down enough, I got something you can find. This realm was better when Johnny Carson did the Tonight Show. Suppose so. Could have been, man. What's up, Matt Aaron? What are you doing? I'm chilling, dude. Just crushing this vodka and cranberry, man. Swedenborg. There was a guy that I used to follow years and years ago, and he always brought up Swedenborg. And now I can't find his channel. Yeah, but I have never really studied specifically. I was getting it secondhand. It was him and Nietzsche, and there was a couple people that he always put on. He was this kid who was like, you could tell he was like super artsy, musically inclined, loved poetry, collegiate kid, but he was like completely into philosophy and psychology and stuff. And so he would break, and he'd break down a lot of the philosophers and things. Really interesting dude. Maybe one of these days I'll find his channel again. What if the Vonage manuscript turns out to be a secret KFC recipe? If the recipe is that long, we'd be paying a lot extra for that KFC. And I don't know. I don't remember the last time I had KFC because I live in New Orleans, so we have pretty good fried chicken here. I think you'd probably be. I think that would be kind of equivalent to. I mean, we don't have a lot of whatchamacallit restaurants, chain restaurants, franchise shits. The only stuff we really have, there are a few. They were kind of grandfathered in, but they don't really let too many new ones in. Not in city proper. They want local. This guy open a restaurant. This group open a restaurant. But I think that would be kind of like whatever you call. Yeah, I don't think you get KFC here. I don't think you're allowed to. But yeah, that is pretty funny. The ancestors describe space as something. Ancestors would talk about space is to build. Okay, it's energy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, anything around you is space. The the ether, the whatever. Yeah, it's almost dinner time. You guys got me hungry. Talking about chicken. Okay, maybe you guys can help me with this. I had two times in a row I had bad experience trying to get food. Here's how both of those happened. One, I ordered from a restaurant and I ordered a little later in the day and they were out of a couple things. And then they called me an hour later and tried to blame me for ordering something off of the breakfast menu after they were supposed to be delivered. Not when I ordered it. It wasn't their fault that they left it on their on the thing. It was my fault for ordering it, even though it came up as I didn't see it as a breakfast menu. I just on the menu. So now they don't have everything. So they're like, but you have to cancel the order. Like, I'm not canceling. Then it cost me for canceling the order an hour late. You need to cancel it. We can't do that. I was like, well, somehow you're not getting paid. I'll keep it on there. You guys just aren't delivering, and that'll be your fault. But I didn't get my snack from there. And then I went and I tried to get a bagel the other day. And as soon as I waited for like an hour and I ordered and they were out. As soon as they were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, I know the people, they're cool. And, but my last two meals I did not have. So, but I want food. I want this other place that it has fried chicken and it was kind of cheap. And I wanted to try it. I got good reviews. You guys think I should try ordering from this place again? Or should I just try something new? Or should I just continue to um, just drink? Nah, I should have served it to you. Oh, you talking about that chicken place? Yeah, no, no, no. Well, I thought I ordered through Uber, and they called me and they just basically blamed it on me, and I was like, but I didn't really have a recourse. My only recourse was just to bitch at Uber and be like, yo, I'm not paying for this, and this is their fault, 100%, blah blah blah. That's about it. That's about the size of it. So I got refunded in like a couple dollars for my inconvenience, but I was still hungry. And the bagel shop, they said, "Oh, dude, they refunded my money." And they're like, "Dude, next time you come in, we got whatever you fucking want." And they gave me some. They had like other shit, but they're out of bagels. I mean, it's a very very it's a busy place. Waiting an hour for food at a breakfast place. Anyway, so I kind of want fried chicken. My advice: learn what you want to order in a foreign language and order it, and they'll love you for trying and want to. Yeah, I hear you. In a yeah, but see the orders I'm doing on Uber, so it's just I gotta type it in, man. I just click on it. I don't want to talk to anybody. Make food at home. Well, here's the dilemma with that. I'd have to order. I'd have to order and have delivery done. I'm not going to the grocery store because then it costs me more. It'll cost me money to get an Uber or get a or take the streetcar. Then I got to walk around the fucking store, and then I can't get as much groceries as I want. So it costs more. I actually it's cheaper for me to order and have them bring it to me. Then I got to wait 2 hours. It's actually almost cheaper right now to order Uber because I got 40% off. Well, that's my dilemma. What to do? How to be a fat pig? And I don't feel that bad because I don't eat that often. Y'all know me. I don't eat every day. That's how I keep my girly figure. I'm allergic. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, right. I'm allergic to domestic labor. Not at all. I like cooking. I love cooking. I just don't have anybody to cook for. If I had Rebecca here, I would cook for her. You walk. You walk, you bastard. Yeah, right. You lazy bastard. Well, the thing about walking, I told you, I just got over being sick. My foot was hurting. I got my life issues right now, man. I hurt my ankle the other day, and I walked the other day, um, and I'm kind of sore. It was tough. It was tough. Now, getting groceries. Like, what am I gonna do? Walk and wait. It's a fucking long walk. Then walk back with the groceries. Can't do it, man. Cheap and lazy. No, cheap. If you motherfuckers want to help me out, okay. If you can help me out some dollars, it'll cost me more to walk and get it. I'll go do it, but I don't got that extra money to be paying. It's cheap. It's cheaper to order it in. That's what I'm paying, and I don't even have money for that. I'll be wasting money I ain't got right now. Pay a motherfucker. Um, that's it. When's the last time I left? Well, that was funny. I went out Sunday and Monday. Before that, it was almost 3 weeks, man. I had the little thyroid thing, and I hurt my foot. So I was in the house for legit. I didn't even leave my apartment, dude. I didn't even go downstairs. And the people that know me that like live here, and like the people that work the front desk and the security, whatever, like, hey, where the fuck have you been? I'm like, it's only been, for them. I'm like, but if they don't see me like every other day, they're like concernicus, which is nice. They're like, oh, I don't know, I don't know if you went somewhere. I don't know what's this, which is nice. That's cute. Very happy with that. They're concerned. Yeah. Hey, Just Frank, I hear you on taking a cab or an Uber, but that's the point. If I take a cab or an Uber, that's over $20. $20 to get groceries when I can have it delivered for a tip. I pay for the service to get delivery, so it's literally all I got to pay is a tip. It costs me less to tip someone for doing me a good deed, and I got to waste my time in the fucking store. I got no excuse. Yes, I do. I have two excuses. One, I don't have financially. It's cost me more to go get it. That's one. Very, very. It's not an. It's a fact. Two, my foot hurts, so walking is a motherfucker, and it costs more. I ain't got money like that. You want to help me? If anybody wants to help me with that money thing, then I'll have less excuses. In fact, then I'll just order something. You tell me what to order. I'll order. I'll order a chicken box, 4.99 from the corner store. You lazy. Frank calling me lazy. How far is the store really though? How far is it really? Over to where I would go grocery shopping? Over a mile. And my local one that I like going to, um, closer, but it's more expensive, and it's not going to have the groceries I want. So whenever I go grocery shopping, I'm going to go to Rouse's or what is that one? It's the cheapo version. It's like funny enough, the two grocery stores are right across the street. So like the rich white people go to Rouse's, and then the melanated ghetto people go right across the street to whatever. It's like a Piggly Wiggly kind of joint, like one of those, like scratch and dent shit right across the street. That's where I'm going. It's cheaper, and I like the company there better. You only eat breakfast and dinner. Yeah, Uber Eats has been nice lately because they've been hooking me up with that 40% off. Just Frank, anti anti fucking social. Yes, yes, I'm so anti-social. You figured that one out. I spend all my social credit on Sunday and Monday, man. Where I'm whatever the opposite of antisocial is. Yeah, I hear you. I would, but it's kind of like when you don't have that you don't have that dealing with humans energy, anti-civil, antisocial. Yeah, sometimes I'm antisocial. It's like, ah, fuck, humans. Gotta talk to these things. Yeah, it's good. It's good for me. Being a drunken lush once a week is not socializing, just Frank. However, it is because I'm not drunk the entire time, and I'm absolutely out meeting dozens of people in all sorts of facets of life, musically and people. I went to a concert the other night, a show. Got to watch some live music. Got to meet a bunch of new people. So yes, it is socializing, Frank. Okay, on the new things. I'm being antisocial. I'm not ordering anything. I'm just not gonna consume. I'll just fast. Where are we at here? Hour into this. What are we moving this on to? Oh, let me look outside too. You see how the light just changed? You know what that is? Ah, see now even if I wanted to go out, much more of a muy poblano because it had gotten dark because it's cloudy and it might rain. The beginning of this video was two clouds. Maybe the clouds are brewing. Uh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would I would do the walking if it was just if my foot was fine, I would happily walk. I walk the fuck everywhere. Fuck, I don't you judge me. You know how many miles I walk a day? I don't even have a bike. I walk everywhere. Walk. Sometimes I'm walking like upwards of 12 miles a day. Give me that shit. and I can be extra lazy. I can be extra lazy. I'm just gonna make ramen noodles. I got everything I need here. Got cranberry juice, ramen noodles. I got a TV. I can watch I can watch I don't know. What do people watch? I need a new show. I need a new show. I've ripped through all the sci-fi stuff that I've been watching. Don't really. I don't know what's new out. What's good these days. You like to strut? Strut. I like to. Yeah, you got to get that. You got to get that strut on. I don't know that I strut. I don't know. I don't know. It depends on the day. Depends on where I am. Just wank. Wait, at just wank. F10. Just wank, bro. I thought you were telling me to just wank. I'm like, just wank. It's good for your prostate. No, I don't know. I haven't, yeah, I haven't really participated in the orgasm club lately. Half of it's lack of motivation, um, lack of chicks. Man, I was out the other day and I'm so out of practice. This girl was straight eyeball the fucking fuck out of me, and I didn't know what to do about it. I know I had my brain just went to mush. I'm I'm usually on it. She was just looking at me, just staring at me, and I didn't know what to say. I was like, hi, I'm a fucking big retard." You know what I mean? Like I couldn't even. She was super cute too. Could have scored. I was just being. It's like when you're out of practice, you don't know what to do. I'm like, I'm a complete failure at life right now. I even suck at online dating. I can't even get a date. I can't even get a date off the line. Even these fucking retarded dating sites. Somehow I fucked that up before it even starts. Frank, you were a speed reader until you got whiplash from Archie comic. Frank, you got jokes today, huh? Frank has got the zingers today. I'm impressed. I am thoroughly impressed. Well, that's the thing. I was out at I was at the river, and she was sitting there, and I was sitting there, and I got up to leave, and it was like she was just inviting me to talk to her, and I didn't know what to do, and I just kept walking like a fucking like a schlep, like a like a schlep. Speaking of this schlep, let me go take a piss. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah. What is it? Oh, Wednesday. I guess I could take a shot this weekend with the sole intention of going out to scoop me a fine feathered feline friend. It's been a while. I don't know what to do. I went from never having to think about it to then the pal of uh, the bin of pussy dried up, and But right around, right around when that thing started with the whole everyone's diseased and you got to stay inside your house and nobody went out anymore and they closed all the restaurants and bars and everything. Yeah, right around then. Oddly, just the whole dating scene, vagina thing, all went to shit. It's like now nobody is it seems like the pussy party is not as easily available anymore. What's up, Nader? Peace out, yo. Peace out, Taro. Toodles. Yeah, I feel very feel a little stagnated in general. I think a lot of people are. I go in and out of those states of somewhat zero sum game, apathy, unmotivated, uninspired. Colin, a good question. Yeah, I think both of them. I think both of them are true. I've certainly heard things in my head that I'm pretty certain. It's kind of like if you had if you had earphones in, very quiet, but you forgot they were in, or you can hear some sort of static, like a weird, like almost like a modem or some shit. I've heard those things. So I don't doubt that there could be something. They could be artificially throwing a frequency into people's brains that we take as channeling. I don't doubt that could be a thing, and I don't doubt that some people are doing that. That they're using a computer to answer for people, and they have either there's either something here or in their ear or whatever. But actual channeling, I don't doubt it. There's sometimes you've probably seen me talk where I'm not quite. I mean, I'm not channeling anything on purpose. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna go get the higher knowledge from this person or this entity. I don't do that. It's still me. I know what I'm doing, but there's sometimes that things will just pop into my head and kind of my head, and it as I'm thinking it and saying, I go, oh, that's right. That's how that links up. And it's not really. Sometimes it's not shit that I knew prior to saying it, but then I say it and go, yeah, that's right. And it's like connecting to the higher self or whatever. So I don't doubt that you could it's just like a radio, um just like a radio dial, man. You can tune in to whatever frequency that you want, and if you're on that frequency, there's no doubt you'd be able to get that information from whatever that frequency is. And if that happens to be Bashar or whatever, I don't see why not, you know. So some of it I think could be deceptive, some of it could be good, some of it is maybe from a different realm, different being, different time. I don't know. I think just about everything that can be organic can be inorganic, and everything that can be digital, everything can be analog, can be digital too. Sandy, no, I don't. Hey, later, I don't know who that is. Later, Nader, I don't know who that Sandy LXG is. Just Frank. I love vote. What up, Cassia? Hello there again. Can you evolve a servitor? Hold on one second, because I gotta adjust my hair here. It's giving me a little bit of a funkadelic. Oh yeah. You ever need to just do that for a second? Um, do you ever? Oh, okay. What did you ask here about your servitor? Can you evolve it to a god form? Um, I don't know. That's a tough one. I guess so. I haven't really thought about that, because I mean the only difference between the two really is how much intention you're putting into it, and if it is a servitor, um, obviously a god form's still going to give you things. It's still gonna act on your behalf, right? So I don't see why you couldn't evolve it to that, or just if you're like very much into whatever one that you're creating, and you're like, hey, what up, little servitor? You want to be a god form? I don't see why not. Especially from the sense of, can you still hear me? I know I'm over here, but especially from the sense that it's, you know, in magic, it's all you're doing anyway. I mean, that's you. It's of your doing. So within that, your magic can be anything the hell you want it to be. So from that level, of course you can. From what would be the easiest to do, I don't know if that seems easier than just creating a new image and going through the process of making a new god form. But if you're like, you know, if I have the idea that little guy that I showed you, what I would do with him, little Meeseek, I was like, what up, little Meeseek? You do me a job here, it gets done. That energy, it's just my thought form. It turns into that, or my sigil. That I start to, okay, upgrade from sigils to servitors. Hey, maybe I just turn you here. You give me a god form. The god forms too. You gotta, you know, you have to continually feed that. Mental energy, actually physical things is an idea. It's the idea of you leave a piece of bread out for the like if depending on what kind of magic you're doing, right? You would use a physical object as kind of like a talisman, as some sort of like, yeah, you can use it like as an idol of sorts to attract spirits, to attract, say, a sprite or a fairy or a leprechaun or whatever. But because you're doing it, not only the physical thing is there, but that physical thing is an object, a reminder to keep your mind there, and your mind is manifesting it, but that physical object is helping to reassert your understanding, your belief. So here's the thing: is like in religion, just like in magic, you don't pray to the idol. You don't pray on the idol. You know specifically that you're using it as a location, a point of reference. You don't pray to a flame. You use the flame as a point of focus. I don't pray to this guy, but I know when I have this, and I know what it accounts for. It's like it's a loci, a little CI that holds this energy of, I know who got it for me, or maybe I turn this into, you know, it could be a meditation on them, or it could be, okay, this is my money guy. And I look at him and I just remember, like, okay, this thing is my consciousness and attribute. I'm not, you know, I'm not idolizing the image. I'm not graven. Was it graven? Make no graven image of me kind of thing. It just means that's not it. Just like the food isn't it. Just you're using it as a reminder. Somebody's got their little Christ necklace. This is a reminder to think of their Jesus Christ figure. Where are we at here? Oh, you asking that guy? Did I make him a god form? I've told you, I've never really went too far past making some sigils and some servitors. I'd never really gone any farther than that. And I've explained why in many videos. One is because I like the idea that you know, more advanced, you're doing the magic in your mind anyways. Like the Neville Goddard idea. Just know it will be so. You're using your creative intentions to make that happen. It's like Dan Winter said, you want to bring your memory through death. It's the idea you don't bring a pencil and a piece of paper and a backpack to the other realm. So you have to do it mentally. So that's why I don't really. I mean, I should do it more often because I know I get better results. Because sometimes I forget my magic. You forget what you're doing, and you need little helpful reminders. So I ask other people, if you're gonna make, you want to do me a favor? You want to do something cool? Go ahead and make me a servitor to make me money. Doesn't cost you anything, right? A little bit of your time. Maybe you don't have too much money. Make yourself one. Make me one. We both win. And it gives you another focus of attention, which will always bring you back to doing more magic, right? You made a calendar out of macaroni. Just Frank, I know you're kidding, but yes, you could use it as such. What's my thought on Luciferian? No, Luciferian is not bad. In fact, I don't think any of Satanism you could describe as bad work, but Luciferian isn't Satanism. Just like Satan isn't the devil, it's not Lucifer. Lucifer is lucent, is light. Everything about Lucifer, morning star and all that shit, supposed to be connected to Venus, blah, blah, blah. It just means light in essence. So they're more light workers than anybody else. Satanism, on the other hand, goes more to the route of worshiping the actual physical object, which becomes, they say, okay, that's satanic, right? So satanic works, let me explain this again. So Satanism is Santa, means a gift. They worship the gift, and they say the physical realm is the real thing. That's Satan. God is thought form. Light is light, or Lucifer is the closest thing you can find to what people call God or Jesus. It seems to be a delivery method. The Lucifer is a light form of delivering through the devil. The devil is delivering satanic gifts, Santa. The devil is lived. It's taking, it's God, creative force, is taking Lucifer, light, to be delivered by the devil into a present, which is serpent energy from Satan or Santa, delivering gifts, so that there's a connection to what's happening with the light being delivered and becoming a physical object, whatever it is. And when people get too much into Satanism or Santa or the gift thing, they're too involved in the object of something. But they're not using the meta realm, the imagination of magic, the way, like, people go, okay, well, Jesus is delivering. And what they're saying, what they should be saying, most people do not think it this way. They think it's something else. But your imagination, the creative potential that you have, is what's creating the thing that you want. That's why I say always, that's what you're paying attention to, your mind. They go, okay, we're going to use our mind to think something and create these things, but their objective and their focus is this. See? Lucifer is just light. So no, I don't see much wrong with Luciferianism, but Satanism can go quite the wrong way. The Brady Bunch, the Brady Brunch. Yeah, the Luciferians practice with thelema and vampirism. I could see how Luciferianism would be connected to uh, Thelmism, like, yeah, thelema, thelma, whatever. Uh, I don't necessarily know how that would be so connected to vampirism. Vampirism is more succubusing and something a little different. I would not fuck with. Vampiric, succubusing, satanic, those are a little that way. I wouldn't fuck with Satanism. I understand vampires in a certain way, but not vampirism. Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I could see how Luciferian would be very similar because what we were talking about earlier, love is the law, but or excuse me, do as thou will is the whole of the law, but love under will, so love is part of the law. And so that's what people don't get. Just like Luciferianism is not some sort of like, I'm gonna take a bat, rip its head off, and eat its blood and fuck its dead body, or whatever the hell you think people, whatever people think that shit they do. And it's people that get involved in a lot of those. Usually, whenever they get involved in types of magic, there's two reasons. One is because they feel powerless, or they're usually a lot of people are like kind of geeky or kind of like nerdy. They got picked on, and get into the Dungeons and Dragons and all of this stuff, and they need an outlet, and they get into that, so they get into something that will kind of protect them from all of the bad people that made fun of them, and then it becomes this egoic thing, and their power goes to their head. I mean, watch any of these movies where the guy that Superman or Spider-Man or whoever didn't dap the guy up, Iron Man, who their arch nemesis has become, the person that was like, I'm out here to save the world or do this thing, and then somebody's like, I am a fucking geek and I solved this problem. I don't know why you won't talk to me. And they become this arch nemesis that wants to fucking destroy the world. And that's what a lot of people get into, the darker magic, the black magic, and they give it a bad name. They give the dark arts of black magic a bad name, and they give, um, and then they get into like that satanic shit, and they confuse it. They confuse Luciferianism, and confuse some things, and start using it for um, selfish things, completely selfish. And that's not the purpose. Yeah, and then another thing too is Freemasonry is not all bad. In fact, most of it's pretty good. Everybody I've known that has been connected, um, good people. They do things for the community. They help out. Blah 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 blah. They're doing magic. They're a part of the community service. They're parts of lots of cool shit. However, there are people within those institutions that do it completely as self-serving. There's people that get involved that are sociopaths, that are psychotic, that are, you know, and that gives that whole institution a pretty bad name, pretty bad thing. It's that becomes, ooh, that's what they are. They're all like that. It is not true. Set to call it masonry is a little false because none of these people out there know how to lay a brick. They're not masons. I've built houses. You could probably call me a mason. Do I get free houses? Maybe not. Maybe I should. But there is a little bit difference between, Freemasonry, illuminated, Luciferian, light, illumination, luminaries. There's different ones. There's different things going on here. But there can be good people that get involved with things that do it for a good purpose. Some people that suck to do it. What if they believe in their powers and you don't? Does it cancel it out? Um, I mean that's why there's protection spells and things like this. And then there also is, as Saban Bomar kind of put it, he's like, the dominant frequency wins. If I literally am putting off more auric field, if I'm more energized, if my brain is frequency is happening more higher rate, if my amperage, I win. I win whatever that is. So in that sense, yeah. Not, and also when someone's doing magic, the number one rule is you don't do magic to other people. You don't do it on living people. You can say, I want to have make a part. I want a partner. I want to find a woman. You're not doing it to a person. You're doing it to the idea. I want a Ferrari. I want a thing. I want an object. Yes, but you can't say, I want that person to fall in love with me and do this and this and this. And then they become slave to you, and that's bad magic. That's no good. That's going to come back to you in bad ways. So you would say, oh, I want somebody that maybe fits all of these descriptors, and then that's not slavery because they were that way anyways. You're not using it on a specific person. So somebody wouldn't really put a spell on you. I mean, they could try. You'd just be like, nah, I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, that's the thing, Casey. There are small sects. Yeah, there are dark sects within all of these organizations. It's just what it is. There's the dark and light of these things. There's the bad and the good, and there's all that kind of shit. And there are, but those are the ones that get popularized. Once you popularize those, it negates the entire institution of what's going on. Just Frank's killing me, chasing you away from the parades. Is that, I guess what you're saying? On a mini bike. Yeah, the stronger will is kind of where it's at. Yeah, you need to have the stronger will in the situation. And yeah, it's usually, the bad apple spoils the bunch kind of thing. Most of these things are started with good intentions, and then it gets to the point where somebody gets involved and they see it as something good. But they're doing it out of really skewed perception of what, and it becomes usually that good thing becomes bad when they become too self-serving, and that power, more they get, most of the time will end up corrupting what they were trying to attempt to do to begin with. And they're then, instead of being malleable in their ideas, they become too strict on what they think righteousness is, and that self-serving righteousness and egoic thing of, oh, we're doing it to rid the world of the evil or this or that. That's all the people that are doing something bad, they think they're doing something good. Who do we know is doing bad or good, right? Then you got the Batman thing where Batman was actually the fuck up. We want it, who's the look at the movie with Peter Pan. Who was the pirate hunting? Peter Pan. What was Peter Pan doing? He's going after all the kids. Peter Pan's the fuck up. The pirate was the good guy. See, we got all these movies all twisted up in our head. But most of the time it's these people that get into these positions and they get some power and they think they're doing something good. And while they're doing that, they're bathing in that money and that control, and because they have that money, they got that power, that energy, that currency, that control, that manipulation. They start doing things more and more for themselves and not serving the larger idea. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I like a minimal amount of. I like very little amount of attention. I don't mind when people say hi to me and interact with me, but I don't crave it. No way. I've I've when you're good at something, you kind of get attention anyways. When I was good at sports, you kind of get attention. Like, hey, this is attention to me to a degree. But and I like minimal amounts of control and power. Obviously, I don't want to be powerless. That's stupid. I don't want to be without any control. I want to be able to ride a bike or control something. I want to be able to have energy and currency to be able to obtain things. But also, it's like I don't want the whole idea of if you're king of the world A, the crown gets heavy, and B, I mean, look at the whole idea of coming to America, right? Anywhere if he comes to America, because he doesn't want the woman that's just going to be, I am here for you. I would dance in one leg. I'll bark like a dog. I'll do all this. He comes to America, denies his heritage, so he finds somebody that actually likes him, that isn't just responding to the fact that this boy, when I say he's got his own money, this boy got his own money. Great scene. He's sitting there holding the picture of him money. So, yeah, it's like, and when you do have this certain set of people are just drawn to you, attracted to you for certain reasons, and then as you have more money, more energy, more influence, then people like you for the wrong reasons. I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't want somebody doing something because how many people like they just I love this person's music and they idolize it and they just do whatever the fuck they say. And like, no, I don't want a fucking robot around me. Have a fucking thought for yourself. Hey Frank, your keyboard is drunk. It's all fun and games. Hey Frank. No, well you can't. It's the Asian doll. No, I don't want to dominate. Just an option. I mean, as we were talking about earlier, if we go into the zombie apocalypse, that's going to be the only outlet. You don't want to be fucking zombies, right? Your only outlet's going to be. I think I just might move into one of these, sex stores. There's plenty around here. Little side of the road joint. There's none of those out here. I mean, this is where there's all sorts of shit here. But those like those weird little towns. You're kind of going through towns, and there's that like side of the road liquor store and this porn shop next door. You want hugs and you lie to get them. Yes, that is the as much as drugs are no good. I don't know when's the last time you did a bunch of good drugs and went to a rave. You can't tell me you didn't have fun. You can't tell me that wasn't a great experience. I know people that get sucked into it, and they're some of the most depressed people I've ever seen. And if they're not doing that, they're seeking it. And you got to find that balance to be able to do it, and then be like, all right. It's like the other day when I was blowing up balloons for people. I did a shit ton of them. I blew up a bunch of balloons for people. And when I'm done with it, I'm done with it. I won't touch. I won't blow up balloons for anybody for quite a while. If I go out and I happen to find, substances to consume, I'll do it, and that's what it is. Until I don't know when's the last time I've done. You know what I'm saying? Where other people just they're seeking that high, or they're seeking to escape something, or to. And as long as you can put those things into your life as some sort of an accoutrement and not a requirement, they're plenty of fun. Hugs, not drugs. I'll take both of them. I'll take mouth hugs. Frank, you like the chubby ones? Yeah, it depends. I don't mind. I enjoy all the parts, all sorts of fucks. hug. Never heard anybody call this sexy hug before. How big are we talking here, Frank? What are we talking about? Are we talking about 250? Talking about 300? Cassia, I do OMAD. No. Nothing. There's nothing specific about the way I eat. What up, creating? Yeah, I'm saying, dude, I don't know. That's looking weird, right? I'm gonna be paying attention to that because that looks like that could turn into a fucking a thing, right? I don't know how I didn't read anything on it. I just seen a picture, but I was like, no, that can't be right because if those are doing that, man, that turns to a typhoon or some shit, right? I don't know what the pressure systems are and all that. But before I go any more of that, yeah, I know what OMAD is, 1 meal a day. 200. Now my my diet is I eat whenever I want, whatever the fuck I want, however I want. With that being said, I would never suggest to someone to do that because they don't have. I have quite a bit of self control in the sense of um, I like to feast and I like to fast. I can happily, comfortably know where my body is and not eat for days and be completely fine with it. It doesn't. I'm not doing it out of not starving, not doing it out of anxiety or depression. I'm not doing it for any reason. I'm just like I just don't feel like eating today. Other days I'm just like I'm eating until my stomach overlaps. I got Dunlop's disease, and I got to take a shit for 3 hours the next day. Like that. I don't know. I just eat however whenever I want, and it's probably way less than most people. If I were eating on a schedule, what I'd recommend people doing is definitely eat at the end of the day, 1 meal. During the day, go ahead, drink juice. Go ahead and consume all the liquids you want all day long. Whatever the hell you want. Beers, go for it. Juice, water, whatever. Some soup, perhaps. So it's very easy on digestion mode. And then have your 1 meal of whatever the hell you want at the end of the day. That way you'll have more energy. And when you go digesting the food at night, you'll process it, and your body will take all of that and store it as fuel for the next day. Get up, have yourself some lime juice, take yourself a fat ass shit, and go out and enjoy your day. You're good to go for the day. You're charged up. It's like putting gas in your car before you take a trip. The next day, you're on your trip. You already gassed it up last night. That I think is the most sensible way to consume food and eat. Calories and all that shit, you're gonna be way beneath where people tell you need to be. But you're not gonna lose muscle mass. You're not gonna lose this. You could put weight on as long as you're putting effort in, putting work in. You're not gonna. You can do whatever you want with your body. You don't need that much calorie intake. Frank, thick, meaty girls. No calories matter whatsoever. Calories are the dumbest way to define how much food you consume because calories can come in a million different varieties. You could eat how much is a calorie of charcoal? Eat a piece of charcoal, a lot of calories. Calories is how much it takes to burn something, or you know what I'm saying? The calories, how they count that. It has nothing to do with fuel for the body or nutrition, nothing. And also not eating for days. If you're gonna fast, I highly suggest only doing the what do they call it? Like intermittent fasting, where people just won't eat for a day. You either do a day or 4 or more. You don't want to do 3 days because that's when your body is going to be eating the most. After about a day, The second going into the third day will be the most protein that will be eaten off of your muscles to provide your body with glucose, glycogen as fuel. After that, it won't consume any more muscle mass. It will consume fats and waste and things like that. So you don't want to continually be in that second and third day, because if you keep doing that, you'll that becomes where your body will eat away at some muscle. So you want to be either day, because you're still in the zone of you have your energy storehouse in there, and you're getting your energy from that, and then your body will then after that start going, okay, where am I getting the glucose from? Where I get do I have something to eat here? And doesn't have anything, so it starts to, okay, we're gonna grab from this and this, and then all of a sudden your body goes, okay, I can't eat any more muscle. That's stupid. Okay, we're eating fats, we're eating cancers, we're eating all of this stuff that shouldn't be in the body. That happens after about 72 hours. Barbecue potato chips. Yep, one meal at night. I say about I like to eat, basically sundown. Like like every day would be more of Ramadan kind of thing. Just eat at sundown. Get up in the morning, lime juice, coffee, whatever. Stimulate your bowels. Take that fat, healthy shit. You're empty. Go and enjoy your day. Yeah, alternate day fasting's cool. Yeah, and that too, Frank. Whenever after you've done enough, after you've cleansed yourself enough, and then you're not then you don't really need to go the route of doing very many enemas. Then every once in a while, like a coffee enema to clean things out, or if you're feeling a little backed up. But if you're only eating a meal a day and you're getting it out of you, what's left in you? What's up, Moldavite Master? What you doing? Just Frank, are you being funny or being serious? Are you being like funny, like your dad didn't have any money, so you just were like just not eating? Multi, do I ever get a weird pressure in my stomach like parasites? I don't know that I have, man. I don't know. You'd have to give me a better. I mean, I've done so many fasts and so many cleanses, and I've the only type of thing that I've had a funny feeling of is whenever I've been doing some cleanses on my gallbladder or liver, where there's a weird release of something, and I can feel it, like the bile and whatever the fuck is in there. That's a funny feeling. But no, I don't know much about what you're talking about here. Oh, oh, only after pizza bread. Well, if you feel the pressure, then it's probably something to do with. I mean, it's bread in general is going to be. I mean, your yeast and stuff. Like especially if there's yeast in you, bubbling up and causing kind of weird feeling. I could see how that might do it. You get the burps too. Might be just indigestion. And but the thing is, if you're getting burps and farts, it could be enzymes. It could be you could maybe got little parasites in that motherfucker. And are they eating the pizza? Moldavite, wicked. Yeah, you get dark energy. Oh, you got to transmute that shit, man. Barbecue chips and watch women's MMA. Peace out, dude. Oh, what up? Okay. Yeah, when you add the herbs to it, it does a number. It's way different. Like people that get into doing get into the cleansing thing and getting into urine and juices and waters and stuff. And then once you start using the herbs, like for a normal person to say start using herbs, they're not going to understand what it's doing. Their body is so full of everything else that they're not going to get any of the subtle qualities of the herbs. But as soon as you've cleansed yourself to a degree, then whenever you're taking an herb, you know what it is. You feel that the subtle. It's no longer even a subtle energy. Like after doing a couple long fasts I've done, I can put an herb in my body and go, oh, that's what it's doing. I know immediately. I know exactly the effect. Like when it's saying, oh, this is a heating element, this is this. Like, oh, you'll know. Where if you just add that to your diet, and you're eating normal people food, it's going to be working in the background. It's not really, you're not going to really feel it. Oh yeah, so don't forget to like, add, subscribe, and hit the thumbs up button, all that shit. And you can always buy me a beer, some shekels. You can send me some shekels, some money, some coins, some dollars, some cents, a donation, whatever you want. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Buy a motherfucker a drink. And if you want to, you can buy me dinner. I mean, if you don't, and if you tell me what to use it for, I will. I don't even eat today. I'll fast. How about that? I'll buy myself some new underwear. Speaking of, if people can donate some, yeah, you can donate to my ass because I got to do laundry. I'm well beyond the point of doing laundry. I'm at the point where I'm kind of going, all right, is this shirt capable of being worn today? What did I do with this? Like my clothes got to the point where I put something on, I was like, oh, I'm not wearing this today. I wouldn't hang it back up, one of those lazy assholes. And then I get home and put something on top of it, like, oh, which one's dirty? And now I'm at the point where everything's dirty. So if anybody wants to, I gotta go to the laundromat because I don't have a washer and dryer in here. There you go. Benefits of OMAD, even if you drink some juice, milk, and stuff. I would say so. I mean, it's hard for me to say because it's been a while. It's been a while since I gave myself a strict dietary regimen, just because I've done it so many times. With okay, I'm fasting and it's water. I'm fasting, it's urine. I'm juicing this week. I've done all of those things. It's just been a while, and now my diet is hand to mouth whenever I want to eat. If I feel low on energy, if I'm depressed, I won't eat. I'm like an animal, If I'm not feeling good, I know and if I got to heal something, I don't eat. It gets in the way. And there's times that I'm just like, fuck it, I just want to drink today. Or other times where I'm just like, you're doing something and it didn't come up that I need to go eat. Which is, and also I have this thing where like I don't want to be out and have to poop. I don't really care. I'll shit in public, but it ends up it robs me of energy. Yeah, I don't want to tell you about that. It could just be your stomach acids. It could be parasites, but usually, you would have had to done something really. You'd have to put some really weird things in your body and you'd have some weird parasites to be living in your stomach, where all that stomach acid is. Unless your stomach acid is fucked up, you might just go the route of doing a bunch of kombucha and acid-based substances, to kill off shit in there. I hear you on that though. The strong dark vibe. Well, yeah, I mean, there you go, man. I mean, it's your neighbors and your town are gonna have a certain energy situation to it, and either you can use that dark, thick energy and transmute it and turn it into something fun or weird, or you're just gonna sit there with it. It's still energy nonetheless. You got to just take whatever energy and just turn it in. Like How many times? I mean, think about all the great music. A lot of people were depressed, dark periods. They write beautiful music. Maybe they paint something. It's part of it. But you can still use that thick, dark energy to do something fancy and creative with. You could draw a bunch of colorful balloons, transmute it to that. I don't know. A steak sandwich and cheap beer, gluten and beer yeast. Yeah, probably that. There you go. I think you figured it out. That sounds about right. Yeah, the bread, cheap beer, wheat, yeast. Yeah, that's probably what's happening. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I hear you on that. Being able to, oh shit. Um, yeah, if you can handle it. I mean, no, as long as you don't overdo it, and you already know what you're doing and how to handle the energy, just use it for something. Use it for something cool, man. Draw something, paint something, paint a giant canvas with poop, dude. You live off of steakums? Yeah, you probably hey, in essence, they always say parasites live off of you, but maybe you're living off of them. Maybe they help you. Here's the thing about parasites too, and why people always want to do parasite cleanses. If you're going to do a parasite cleanse and clean all of them out of you, um, you better clean the rest of your body and all the things you're putting into it, and you can't start eating all of the bad things afterwards. They're doing you a favor. They're doing you a service, just like enzymes are, just like um, uh, they're breaking foods down for you. They're breaking things down that your body can't. Yes, are you feeding them? Are they maybe shitting in your body and making a mess of other things? Yeah, to a degree. But if you just did all the things to kill all of them, and then you start shoveling more stuff in your body, and they're not in you, you could do more harm than good. The parasites are serving you to a degree. That's for certain. But once you stop feeding them, they'll leave on their own. If they ain't got a party to go to, they'll die off or leave. But if you start shoveling things in there, you want those in there because they're going to take out the trash. They're going to eat the foods. They're going to. You little steakums, you kind of making me hungry. That's kind of what I wanted. I want a Philly cheesesteak, but I don't like the cheese whiz. I just want like a standard steakum with maybe some onions and peppers on it. Yeah, see, there you go, man. A lot of people, a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people they get they're like, I have things living. You have things living all over you, inside of you, all the time. Get over it. You're a host to a giant community of things. Everyone's living interspecies everywhere. Shit's happening, and your body's no different than the world is. It's got to have things in the right measures, right times. Colin, that's hilarious. I wouldn't, I wouldn't, I wouldn't see it as not true. Uh, because I'm sure that there's a lot of stuff that they're eating that isn't probably that healthy for them, so that could be helpful. I'd, however, just stop eating that shit. It's like some people go to places and they get really sick. Well, they're sick because they don't have a parasite that's eating the stuff. The water's dirty, the food's not as sterile or whatever, but they're used to it and they already have the things in their body that are assisting them. Steak-umm American cheese, mustard. Wait, hold on. You do mustard on it? I'd have to try that. I can't even imagine that. My steak-umm with ketchup, dog. I just do steak and ketchup and mayonnaise. But if I'm doing it with if I'm doing Philly cheesesteak style, then yeah, certainly do cheese and I don't see the mustard though. Yeah, I don't want tomato. I want onions and peppers. I would do that. What to do? What to do? Enough talking about food. You guys are making me hungry. And I'm right now. I'm kind of. I didn't order any food yesterday, and I didn't order any food today because here's part of like I know I spent too much money the last couple of days. So as you know, if I overspent a little bit, I just don't get anything these 2 days. Seems about right. If I only had $10 to spend really, and I spent 20, and today I don't have $10 to spend. It's kind of how I treat myself. Kind of works out, and it keeps me a little healthier too because should I really order a Domino's an $8 pizza from Domino's right now? Should I really order a steak-umm with white bread and all sorts of grease and shit? Should I really do that? It's probably helping me a little bit. Yeah, we got gator meat. Were we talking about that the other day? There's some places with gator around here. It's okay. Uh, yeah, make some dirty rice. Um, yeah, my kitchen is not stocked again. That's where I am. I have yet to do a grocery order because I should have not wasted my money this weekend and ordered groceries, but now I'm doing this and I'll do some shows and hopefully you guys come through with a couple dollars here and there, and then I'll make my grocery order and then I'll be on to the chefing again. So it'll be a week of me eating maybe 3 times a day, 4 times, and then I'll take a week off and yeah, I'll have a high life here and there. And but I don't even think I have rice right now, and I don't have spices. Do enemas clear parasites? They can. Think about it in the sense of using yogurt could help with that. Yogurt enema. You could do black walnut husk. You could use all the things that you would use to kill parasites up here and throw it up your asshole. You do coffee enemas. If you got parasites, they could be in any of your organs, and it's going to push them out. Coffee enemas will get your bile and your liver and your gallbladder cleaned up. I've told that story too many times. I'm not going to tell it again, but just the first time I did a bunch of coffee enemas, like I wish I would have videotaped it and put it online just to be like, here's proof. This is after I've done a 40-day water fast. This is in the bag. I've already been vegetarian. I'm already cleansed, I think. So I'm doing some coffee enemas. Boy, you would not believe it was the most. What the hell is this? That is, why is coming out of me? Well, here's the thing: is I like Domino's. I don't have a problem. I like it. I like the pizza. Feels like it's better than it used to be. I get mushrooms on it. Ain't really much to it. I don't got to really worry. I don't put meat on it. I don't really got to worry about the cheese is what the cheese is, I guess. The dough and the sauce. That's all. That's my only worries. But I don't really worry about that because that shit is delicious, dog. The mushrooms, I get double mushrooms. Mm. Double, double mushrooms. Yeah, beer makes everything better. I really hate the assault on beer by the fucking stupid weed head communities. Oh, weed makes everybody violent and stupid. It's terrible. It kills people. It's no good. They're sitting there going, fucking burning down trees every day. I'm not addicted to this. Forgetting forgetting a pizza in the oven, almost burning their house down, driving through, stopped at green lights, driving through red lights. The fuck out of here. Yeah. Weeds never hurt anybody. You're really not addicted. It's good for your brain. You know, fuck off. Get out of here with you stupid fucking potheads. Leave me alone. Let me drink my beer. You lazy piece of shit. Coming from someone that does drink, that does smoke pot. I just don't like the whole assault on it from those people in particular, because it's just wrong, and it's wrong for both sides of the argument. Oh, we got I need to refill my cup. Oh, you know what? Pizza Hut just came out with the what's it called? The Detroit style pizza. Anybody know Detroit style pizza? Detroit up there with my favorite style of pizza, honestly. And Pizza Hut's got again. The sucky thing is the Pizza Hut here doesn't deliver. It's right next to the Domino's. It doesn't deliver. I don't know fucking why. And I don't feel like going to get it, so I guess I don't get that. I do, however, like the Little Caesars square crust, which is basically that. Whoever, if you don't like Little Caesars, you're a terrible person. Too many people talk shit about Little Caesars. Get that. I'll be right back, y'all. Get that square crust. I think I know what I'm gonna do pretty soon here. I think I'm gonna do a show real soon. I'll start it here. Anybody want to anybody want to lease or rent a Zen? Like lease this thing? Anybody want to rent to me for a little while? For whatever. I don't know. Cook for you, tell you stories, get drunk with you, educate you, help you with yard work. I don't know. It'd be better if you lived here because I still want my place. Yeah, I guess you'd have to put me up. Um, yeah, I'm just trying. I don't know. I kind of want to just I just kind of want to do. I just want to make some money real quick. Anybody know anybody that want to hire me? Rent me, lease me, whatever. Contract me for some work. I'll do whatever. I'm just trying to get ahead of the game for a second here. Because I think I want to do like the human shit for a second, where I buy some new clothes. There's a couple things that I want that I'm just like putting on the back burner. A couple things I want to finish. You know what I'm saying? Just get ahead on a couple things. So if anybody wants to, you can rent a Zen. It's like renting a mule. You get me doing what I do on here, but one on one, and you could even rent me out to your neighbors. Hey, even into that weird shit, if you're a cuck or whatever, I'll fuck your wife. She must be okay looking and not stink. Got some rules though. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, Colin. Yeah, that Little Caesars, man. I think they got a bad rap just because it's a $5. You can get it, and that hot and fresh $5, and the round pizza's not that good. But the crazy bread, the crazy sticks, that shit is dope. And they don't overcharge you. Somewhere else you go to get crazy bread, what happens? Well, you get their breadsticks, $6. It's just fucking dough, you dildo. $6 for that. At least at Little Caesars, it's not that expensive. And I think they have a bad rap is because where you getting Little Caesars at? You're only getting that shit in the hood these days. You can't get that anywhere else. You got to go out to like that really shitty kind of suburban area or the hood, man. You ain't find it nowhere else. But Little Caesars where it's at, man. Sucks for me because for a while you could get it from um you could get it from Uber Eats, and then I think because of where it is, Uber Eats changed the fee on it. It was free, and they changed it to like $9 to get it from there. It's not that far away, but I know where it is, and it's kind of the place where you walk in and there's bulletproof glass there. So I think the I think the drivers are like, I don't want to go there, and weren't taking orders, which pissed me off because I used to order from there all the time. Was my go-to shit. Uh, yeah, Little Caesars do hit the spot, man. Lately, now I've been doing the Domino's. Got that $6.99 for a piece. $6.99 a piece. Two medium pies. If I go and get them, that's the move all day. Two topping, two mediums. I'm out of there for under $15. Happy. That's gonna feed me for a couple days. You know what I mean? But if I get it delivered, what's the dilemma? The dilemma is there's a there they put a fucking like 450 fee on it, and then I got a tip, so I'm $10 into them. Can't do it. What happened, Junie? Where'd you go? You were in here for a second. Oh, you on that pizza and beer? Yeah, I'm kind of considering pizza and beer. You know, I just sometimes, yeah, because I live that. I'm trying to get out of living that mental mindset of the rich dad poor dad. Robert Kiyosaki. I'm trying to get out of that poor dad and knowing that I'm not really. I don't. I got money. Like I got a few bucks that I could get it, but then I got to really kind of stress a little bit for the next couple of days, going, well, I got to come up with this for this, and then you know I feel like that's why I'm trying. That's why I'm trying to prostitute myself out. Anybody want to rent me like a fucking mule or something? You don't even need to talk to me. You can rent me and just have me build you something. I do like I used to build houses. I'll build you shit. Um, I used to make fucking cool. I used to make like $50 an hour under the table. I can build you something. Bathroom retile. I'll do that. You want to build your cabin? You want to build your house? What you want? You do all that shit. Teach you how to eat properly. And then feng shui the shit out of your house. What do you need? Who needs help? Let me know. I'll help you out. You had breakfast for dinner with beer, Judy? What do you mean? You had breakfast pizza? What do you mean you had like an eggs dinner? Yes, what have we been talking about? We've been talking about food for a little while now. Discussing eating options. First, it was actual information on fasting and what to eat, calories, and oh man, one meal a day. What the fuck to eat? Like right now, I'm at that place at 6 o'clock. I really don't want to go anywhere. If I order food, I can do without it again. I can do 3 days without food. Fine. But if I order something, I would order from the grocery store, and then I'm just gonna be a fucking slob. You know what I'm saying? I'd be a slob. I would just end up. If I order, here's what I do. When I order from a grocery store, I order and I fill up my cupboards. I get all the stuff. I get my frozen pizzas. I get this shit. I get that shit. I get fruits and vegetables and stock up with the canned food just in case there's a hurricane or inclement weather. And I stock it up and get a good amount of groceries. But then what do? I'm in my house. I'm a little lazy. I turn into what everybody else does. I walk into the kitchen. I go, "What the fuck's to eat?" And I'm just like, shovel this fucking thing in my mouth, like the big pig that I am. And I end up just eating more than I would, and being a hot heifer. So that's what puts me off of getting groceries often. But then I go, oh, and I get right to that edge, that precipice, that breaking point where I go, all right, let me just order this. Let me order. It's going to be healthier because I'm going to get Indian food or whatever. Or I'll be an asshole and I'll get pizza. Like an ass wipe. What is this? Hold on. As soon as I'm talking about food and I just got some sort of update from Instacart. I don't know what it was. Maybe they gave me a discount. Oh, Dave, you wicked man. Thank you. I appreciate it, dude. I really do. Really, really do. I don't know how to say it any better. Dude, I would totally fucking I'll totally suck your cock, you know what I mean? Just to tell you how much I appreciate you. From a man to a man, I appreciate you. That's how much. I'm gonna give you a big fucking fat mouth hug right on your testicles. It is weird, despite having as much like I have self-control to the point of I'm very aware of what I'm doing. When I'm drinking with a certain hand, my gestures, the way I speak, the way that I do things, when I think about doing it, and I'm very aware of it, right? But when it comes to sticking food into my house, I it's not like I'm addicted to food because I'm clearly not. I just turn into what everybody else does. Whenever they go, they eat out of boredom. Like right now, I know what's in my house, and I don't want to eat any of it. I know exactly what I have, but I've already eaten it, and I'm bored of eating it. But if I just stocked up my fridge, I'd be like, oh man, you know what would be good right now? Tomato sandwich. And I would go make it. And then when I'm done with that, I'm like, that was good. I'm like, I got a bar of chocolate in there, don't I? Have some chocolate. Eat that chocolate. And I'm like, what else did I get? Oh man, I got a small little personal pan pizza. That shit sounds kind of good. That's just it. That just happens. And I know damn well. And I'm just like, hey, then my rationale, my reason to myself is I'm just feasting. As soon as I'm done eating myself out of this all of this food, I'll just fast until I go grocery shopping again. But that's kind of where I am. All I have right now is ramen noodles and ramen noodles, carrots, and a couple cans of fruit. So that's about it, really. Yeah. I mean, I have other things like nuts and some berries and some things I could, there's like seeds and whatnot. I got a couple other things, but nothing like substantial. What's up in here? Oh, eggs and toast with hot sauce. Well, that's the thing is Juniper, you say you hate grocery shopping. You don't have the capacity for Instacart. If you can get Instacart, let me send you. And this goes for anybody on here. Let me send. If you guys don't have Instacart or like Amazon or whatever the fuck other things are, I can send you like a code and it will give me free money. If you don't have like PayPal or Cash App or something, you don't even need to send me money. You just need to sign up and put whatever like $20 in there, and I get like $5 for free. So I can always give you. I'll put that on my thing next time. You guys can fucking. That's an easy way you guys can give me cash without even doing anything. You don't have to do anything. You have to spend no money. Um, but yeah, Instacart, man. It's so much. Then you don't need to go grocery shopping. I love grocery shopping if I'm doing it for people. I want to go to the store. Like if I'm like I want to cook for someone. Oh, I want to go to the grocery store. I want to look at what I'm getting. I want to look at the produce. I want to smell things. I want to have a whole like. Oh, maybe I'll change my mind. Or what do they have? Do they have? Do I want asparagus with this, or do I want some cilantro on this? And I do that. I love shopping. But whenever I'm doing it for myself, fuck that. I don't got time for it. Just plug it into my computer. Shows up at my door. It's cheaper, and I help someone out because they have a job to do. Oh yeah, Colin, I hear you on that. Um, what I end up doing is I end up reusing the noodle fluid. I'll call it noodle fluid. Most of the time is I'll just add like half of the package to almost unwet noodles. But if I cook it with the if I just put it in there and cook it in there, I'll reuse the noodle fluid to put like mixed veggies in or carrots or some sort of vegetable, and I'll just cook it in there or potatoes, and I'll use that to kind of flavor it. That's nice. And especially if I just add a can of mixed veggies to the ramen, that's always tasty. Oh, for real, Dave? Yeah. I mean, which service did you use, dude? I appreciate it, man. Uh, I'm like an upgraded bum. You know what I mean? Like in the sense of like if you give money to a homeless person, they're gonna send it. They're gonna spend it on drugs or alcohol. I pretty much will probably spend it on alcohol, but it might go to food, and it kind of does go towards you know this thing here. You do get the added bonus of you don't have to smell me. You can come and go as you please. I'm not gonna sit here and dance and try to shine your shoes or anything. And crazy, you might learn something. Yeah, shopping when you're. Oh, you know what the worst is? It's going grocery shopping when you're hungry. Don't do it. You all done it, and your your pocketbook and your sense of reality gets all fucked up. If you go when you're hungry, all of a sudden you got this shopping cart full of things that they don't make a meal, they don't go together, and no matter how hard you try, you're like, oh, but I kind of want this, and I might do. And all of a sudden, you through the whole story, you're like, what the hell did I get? It's kind of like going to Target or Walmart or something, and you're like, why do I have all this shit in here? You gotta, if you're gonna go shopping, if you're gonna go grocery shopping, you gotta eat before you go. I don't care what the fuck it is. You're pretty sure you did it right. Let me look. Let me give it a little look. See. Hold on. Let me check it out, Dave. Um, Let me see here. Uh-oh. I don't know. Are you serious, my guy? That's so wicked, dude. Oh, Dave, you're fucking definitely. That is. Hey, Dave, that's worth some head where I'm from. I'll put a wig on and some lipstick for you. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. That will go a long way for things. I paid for my indiscretions on Sunday. I will find somebody else to take care of my indiscretions, my Monday indiscretions. Yes, yes. Thanks, man. Yeah, it gave me. Well, I had to. Interestingly, I had to accept it from you. I had to hit a button to accept it. I don't understand that shit because like if someone's giving me money, why the fuck wouldn't I? There was a couple of times people sent me stuff and I didn't realize I had to hit to an accept button, and then because I didn't, it just vanished. And I was like, oh, dude, so and so sent me something, and it just. No, I said later. I was like looking, I was like, oh man, I had to accept it. I don't know what that shit's about. So I guess maybe now you're in my contact list, but it still doesn't make sense. Like I could see why if someone asked me for money, then of course, then of course I'd have to hit a button. But if someone's giving me money, who's gonna say no to accepting money? I guess. No, I don't want the money. I guess there could be something there. Somebody gives you money that you don't like, and they're like, "Yeah, but I gave you money. Like I don't want it. Keep it away. Get away from me. I'm not a fucking prostitute." What did you say here? Send him. Yes, and Juniperus also says thank you. My Juniperus, my handler, just said she handles me very well. Um, she said send you some Reiki. Yes, I'll send you some Reiki. You want some Reiki? It would be hard to do right now. I need to have a little more focus. I'll do it after the show if you really want to. Yeah. I got a book. Maybe I'll read it to you. Tell you how to do it. Are you familiar with Reiki? There's also some other shit that I might start working with that like scalar energy and shit, kind of like your boy Black Airbender. Um, there's some other things. It's kind of hard to try to. As always, it's hard for me to even suggest I would do that to people for people, especially when it's from a distance, like healing things from a distance. Even though I know it to be true, it feels a little bit like spooky hoodoo shit. And I don't really want, if I'm gonna do it for somebody, I'd rather just do it. Like I've done it for people before, but like I don't expect. It's not. Hi, this is what I do. Get some fucking some crystalline meditative lattice shit from. I'll be. So I kind of don't want to. Maybe it's I don't want to be associated with that kind of thing, with that new age bullshit. Because people out there doing it, who some of them they're just no, they're not doing it. They're just sitting there playing. They're just playing around with crystals, and I don't think they're doing it like a real deal. And then they have all the thing. Oh my God, thanks for this. And everybody's on the love and light, jacking each other off, and it's like I don't know. I think you guys are faking. Hey, that's just me though. Whatever. Pizza and beers. Pizza and beers. Pizza and beers and queers. Yeah, man. Fucking super appreciate it. Oh, you know what I just got, guys? I got this. Here's what you bought for me, kind of, Dave. You bought me this red Meng Da kratom, and this is a whole shit ton. This is basically I don't know how much this would turn out to be, how many drinks. But if I go and get one of these done, if the store makes it for me, it's like $10. But I'll be able to make like 20 drinks out of this. And if you've never had kratom, this stuff is high level awesomeness. This is supposed to be like the best of all of the kratoms. And there's like green, white, red, and gold, and then they from different places. So they're different strains of. Basically, they're somewhat like an. I don't know if they're specifically an opioid or if they have opioid. Most of them have opioid like qualities. So that's good for. It's like uh, this one specifically is an analgesic, relaxing, restfulness, pain management. Good stuff. All right, Dave. Cheers, bro. Good to see you. Stay well. And if you can, find yourself some kratom. Do a little research on it, though, because they all have different qualities. Some of them are uppers, stimulating. I don't know how they get to the point that it's a calling it a hey, look at that. But yeah, depending on it's the same plant, but depending on where it's from, it has way different qualities to it, and how much you take too. It's a really strange way that it behaves. Cool stuff though. Really good for a lot of things. What else up in here? What are we getting into? It is 2.5 hours into this. It's like 6:30. I mean, if no one say anything, and I guess you could give me a little bit of time, I can go and revise, do a little meditating, maybe consider getting some snacks. I don't know, and then come back on. And I definitely do want to do a little more research into what's going on in the world. Give me a couple new topics. Because sometimes all of you, you guys don't provide topics too often. Some of you just in the background listening. I understand. But I need a little fuel. So yeah, let me do that. It's not too many people here left. I think my 3 hours earlier plus this almost 3 hours. Pretty cool. I think it was a good time. And now I would just end up rambling more. The last hour, last like half hour, it's kind of been a ramble, anyways. Bullshit. Three in a row, and can we get the fourth one on a shuffle? See here. So I'll remind you, you can, as Dave was so clever and genius and helpful. You can cash out me, PayPal me, Venmo me if you want to help a brother out. Keeping this phone on, this roof over my head, and all that shit. You can, that's through Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. TsarXen. You guys can hit me up at my email if you need personal help. You can also find me on Instagram. Chat with me there. And there it is. Was that the last one, or did I pull that one first? And you can find my writings at WordPress. Those will take you back to 2012. And you know the rules here. And that is I got both the kings, didn't I? Nice. Be yourself, because everyone else is already taken. Be weird, be interesting. Enjoy yourself. It's your experience. If you find yourself that you have extra currency, energy, money, help out people, especially if it's me, because I need that as much as anybody else does. Um, hmm. Oh yeah, and just be weird. That's important. I will talk to you guys soon. Let's see who's over here. Good to see everybody. Stay Be a rapscallion. Be ridiculous. Be absurd. I will most likely be back on here in a little bit, depending on how much of this kratom I drink and how it works with the beer, because I haven't had it in a while, and I forgot what my limits are on these things. So I might just mellow out and go to sleep. But if I do maintain this awesomeness that just this occurred, where I can just pull out anything I want from the deck of cards at any point in time, I think I'm a demon or something. I think so. Told you. Yeah. So maybe I'll be back and do some more, have some more fun with you guys. And as long as I have a subject, I should be able to accomplish. Oh, that almost worked. It was the jack. Yeah. So let me go do that. It's good to see everybody. Be weird, and we will talk soon. It's a pleasure. Stay well, everybody.